Hey everyone, welcome back to Heroic Elite Comics. Today we're diving into Absolute Batman number 2, and let me tell you, this issue is packed with action, mystery, and some seriously cool moments that'll leave you buzzing. If you're new to this series or need a quick refresher on what's going on, don't worry, I've got you covered. We're exploring a fresh take on Batman, and this issue builds on the world introduced in the first one. It's got everything from a rough around the edges Batman to a Bulldozer Batmobile. Yes, you heard that right, so grab your cape and let's jump into the story. If you want to catch up on Absolute Batman number 1, check out the playlist link I'll drop at the end of this recap. Let's get started. We pick up right where Absolute Batman number 1 left off, with Alfred narrating the story. Now, if you're expecting the classic butler Alfred who polishes silverware and serves tea at Wayne Manor, think again. This Alfred is a total badass. A former military guy, more like a spy or mercenary than a traditional servant. He's got this gritty, tactical vibe, and he's been keeping tabs on Batman in Gotham, almost like he's on a covert mission. Alfred's monologue sets the stage, giving us a glimpse into what's been happening in the 2 weeks since the first issue's events. The Party Animals, a chaotic group that's taken Gotham by storm, have been ramping up their attacks. Nobody's quite sure what they're after, but they're causing major trouble. In response, Batman's stepping up his game, hitting them hard wherever they pop up. One of the standout scenes happens at an aquarium, where Batman faces off against the Party Animals. This version of Batman isn't the polished, world's greatest detective we're used to. He's raw, unrefined, and still figuring out this whole vigilante thing. Think of him like the Batman from Matt Reeves' The Batman movie. Gruff, scrappy, and learning on the job. But don't let that fool you, he's wicked smart. Alfred points out that Batman's been studying strategies like the art of war, using the environment to his advantage. In the aquarium fight, the Party Animals think they've got him cornered in the water, but Batman, he's one step ahead. He tosses a concentrated vinegar tablet into the water, turning it into hydrochloric acid. The Party Animals scatter, running right into the arms of the Gotham City Police Department waiting outside. It's such a clever move, and it shows how resourceful this Batman is, even if he's not loaded with fancy gadgets. Speaking of gadgets, this Batman doesn't have the high-tech Batcave we know and love. No giant computer screens or million-dollar tech here. Instead, he's got stash houses scattered across Gotham, like little hideouts where he keeps his gear. Alfred's been tracking these spots, and he notices something awesome. When you map out the locations of Batman's safe houses, they form the shape of a bat. Talk about commitment to the theme. This guy is all in on the Batman persona, and it's such a fun detail that makes you appreciate how dedicated he is, even if he's working with limited resources. Alfred also gives us a peek into Bruce Wayne's life outside the mask. When he's not fighting crime, Bruce keeps a super strict routine, almost like a monk. He goes to work, then disappears into the shadows to do his Batman thing. There's a rumor he's been meeting with a group called the Red Hood, which might be some kind of resistance movement, but Alfred says Bruce is a loner. He even keeps his distance from his mom, Martha Wayne. Oh, and here's a big twist if you're new to Absolute Batman. Martha is alive in this universe. That's right, no crime alley murder for her. Bruce's dad, Thomas, was killed, but not in the usual way. Instead of a mugging, Thomas died at a zoo protecting kids. It's a fresh spin on Batman's origin, keeping the core of his trauma but reimagining it for a modern vibe. This brings us to one of the most intriguing moments in the issue. Bruce visits Joe Chill, the man who killed his father. We don't get too many details about this visit yet, but it's a huge deal. It's one of the few times Bruce breaks from his routine, and it catches Alfred off guard. This moment hints at some deep emotional baggage that I'm sure we'll explore in future issues. It's such a humanizing touch. Bruce isn't just a vigilante, he's a guy wrestling with his past, trying to make sense of it all. Now, let's talk about the Party Animals and their mysterious leader, Roman Sionis. Alfred's been sent to Gotham to deal with them, but Batman's been beating him to the punch, taking them down left and right. Alfred's handlers, whoever they are, aren't thrilled about this. They tell him to stop protecting Batman because he's too unpredictable. Alfred's been quietly helping Batman behind the scenes, setting up safeguards to keep him safe, but now he's ordered to pull back. When he does, the Party Animals find one of Batman's hideouts in an empty high-rise. You'd think this would slow Batman down, but nope, this guy just keeps pushing forward. Alfred realizes that Batman's willpower is unreal. He's like a freight train, never stopping, no matter what's thrown at him. It's one of those moments where you're like, wow, this is why he's Batman. The story shifts gears to Jim Gordon, who's not a police commissioner in this universe, he's the mayor of Gotham. Crime's through the roof thanks to the party animals, and it's making his job tough. He's chatting with Harvey Bullock and his daughter Barbara, who's just a beat cop here, not Batgirl or Oracle. They're frustrated because people are losing faith in the police and turning to Batman, a vigilante, to clean up the streets. The Gotham City Police Department is dead set on catching Batman, which is classic. Cops chasing Batman is a tale as old as time in DC Comics. Then we get a heartwarming scene with Martha Wayne and Jim Gordon. They're old friends, and their conversation is so genuine it hits you right in the feels. They reminisce about the good old days when they were young and thought they could change the world. Jim mentions finding Bruce at the zoo after his dad's death, in a bat sanctuary of all places. The bats seem to swarm around Bruce, which inspired his whole Batman persona. It's a cool nod to how he chose the bat as his symbol to strike fear into criminals. Martha opens up about Bruce, saying he's become distant. When he was a kid, he'd tell her everything, but now he's closed off, keeping secrets. It's such a relatable moment. Any parent can understand that pang of watching their kid grow up and pull away. It makes Bruce feel so real, like he's not just a superhero, but a guy navigating life's complexities. Next, we jump to a poker game with Bruce and his childhood friends, who are none other than future villains like Edward Nygma, the Riddler, Harvey Dent, Two-Face, and Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin. They're not villains yet, just regular guys hanging out, which makes their dynamic so fascinating. Edward's a tech genius, Harvey's a lawyer tied into Gotham's legal world, and Oswald's in some shady business. Selina Kyle, Catwoman, is mentioned, but absent, off in Cairo, according to a postcard. The poker game is a great way to show how tight-knit these friends are, which makes you dread the inevitable moment when they'll turn into Batman's enemies. It's like watching a tragedy in slow motion, and it's so well done. During the game, Bruce brings out a party animal helmet and says he got it while cleaning up City Hall. He's lying to his friends about being Batman, which raises a big question. Will he ever tell them? And if he does, could they join him instead of becoming villains? Imagine Edward Nygma as Oracle or Harvey Dent as Red Hood. It'd be such a wild twist. The helmet reveals how the party animals operate. It's got a communication network that maps their targets, like a private GPS system. If you could crack it, you'd know where they're hitting next. This is where Batman's detective skills shine, even if he's still rough around the edges. The conversation at the poker game gets juicy when they start speculating about the party animals' motives. Harvey Dent suggests it's not just about power, money's the real driver. He's heard rumors that former Mayor Hill is swimming in cash, calling it his golden chest. Nobody knows where the money's coming from, and nobody's asking too many questions. Batman, of course, can't resist digging deeper. He breaks into Mayor Hill's office and finds a file labeled Arc M, as in an arc, like a chest. When he opens it, a video from the party animals leader pops up. The guy's like, "Hey, Batman, let's talk, but first, you've gotta survive." The entire Gotham PD and the party animals have the building surrounded. It's a trap, and it's intense. Just when things look dire, Alfred shows up. Batman doesn't take him too seriously at first. Last issue, he disarmed Alfred like it was nothing. But Alfred's like, "Give me 30 seconds to explain how we can help each other." Batman agrees, but he's focused on getting out. Alfred suggests escaping in his car, but Batman's like, "You're standing in it." And then, boom, the Batmobile rolls in, and it's not your typical sleek ride, it's a freaking bulldozer. Batman plows through the cops like they're nothing, and it's one of the most epic endings I've read in a while. This Batmobile is so over the top, and it fits this rugged DIY Batman perfectly. Wow, Absolute Batman #2 is a total blast. If you love this recap, hit that like button and subscribe to Heroic Elite Comics for more. Check out the playlist for Absolute Batman #1 to catch up, and I'll see you in the next one.